Good morning and welcome to this weekend's Brunch Club, where we toast to all the amazing, diversely faceted women out there, filling your cup with inspiration and encouragement as our guests share their personal stories, experiences with careers, family, parenting, equality, mentoring, and advice. The Brunch Club is where we raise a glass and champion female talent and leadership everywhere, and where sparkling is always encouraged. From the beautiful showroom of Bixby and Ball, located in Newport Beach's Lido Marina Village.
Hi, welcome to the Brunch Club. I'm Rachel Swoboda, and I'm here today with Karen Haines from Spa Girl Cocktails. And I want to just sort of introduce everyone to the way that we're going to be chatting today. I'm not going to be focused so much on talking to the camera. I'm just going to kind of talk to you because that's what we've been sitting here doing while they've been setting up. And I've been loving getting to know you a little bit more, and just want you to be able to have a platform to talk about the brand, some of the things about the books, and then at some point we want to do a tasting.
Great, sounds good.
So to you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much for having me. It's great to meet you. So yes, I started this brand, my goodness, I think over 6 years ago. And it was just out of truly passion. You know, I love to entertain. I like to drink, you know, a little bit.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, no, yeah. But I mean, what's so lovely about Spa Girl is that we are low calorie, we're all natural, and we're at 33 proof. So we're almost like a bottle of wine, just a little bit higher. And
so I could drink a whole bottle.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Easily.
Okay, good. All right. I don't feel so bad about that now.
No, so, you know, a couple products came out on the market, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. And I thought it was a great idea because there really hasn't been anything that speaks to women in the spirits industry. You know, very much so like Kate Spade or Tory Burch or, you know, other female brands are in fashion or home goods or whatever. So I thought, oh my gosh, great idea. And for decades, I've been making a cucumber martini.
Okay.
Really lovely, excuse me, light and fresh. So anyway, I thought, well, I'm just going to bottle it.
I love that.
And the brand, you know, the brand's pretty much been with me my whole life. You know, I love design. I was a designer. I was a flight attendant. And so I just started putting all this stuff together. And here we are. It was a challenge because I didn't even know how to source a bottle. I've never been in this space, this industry before.
How did you find your way? I mean, through the learning curve of a whole new industry.
Yeah.
Did you have a mentor that helped guide you? Was it a woman? Did somebody help?
Oh, I wish I had. No, I didn't. You know, that was the most challenging part because I literally knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to do it.
Okay.
I had no idea.
And where did you start? Because I think there's a lot of women out there. Well, first of all, you can't be what you can't see. So I think as generations of women have accomplished a little bit more and a little bit more, we're kind of these building blocks upon each other. So there's got to be somebody out there right now who's thinking, I want to do something and I've never done it and I don't know. They're going to have that negative self-talk. They're going to have self-doubt. They're not going to know where to start. So how did you start?
Well, you know, the crazy thing is how I started is I Googled it.
I love that.
I mean, it sounds so crazy. How do you start a spirits brand?
Okay. Yeah.
How do you find a distributor? All these things, and I got a list of distilleries in California.
Okay.
And I'd call them and I'd say, oh, do you do private brand or private labels? And they go, yes. And then I didn't know what else to ask because I had no idea. Got that question done. So it was just really by trial and error. And I hired a couple consultants along the way.
Okay.
And they were men, and you know, with all due respect, but they couldn't get me to the next place. But I was grateful because it got me a little bit further. Okay. But still, coming to the bottle, I didn't even know how to.
It's beautiful, by the way. I mean, I love the shape and the thickness and the way it feels in your hand. It's just really beautifully done.
Oh, thank you. You know, again, the brand I was really inspired from Palm Springs. The Parker Hotel is one of my favorite places.
Oh, I see
and it's got the cinder block and the big orange doors. So.
You know, when you were describing that, in my career of owning an advertising agency, different spirit brands have come across my desk a few different times, and they were like on this cusp of like, they're almost making it, and they're almost ready for an agency, and God love them. I mean, the tastings were great, but they don't all make it kind of over that hump. And I was talking last week, we were filming a show with Nancy from Carbonati.
Oh,
I don't know if you've met her yet, but it's another spirits brand, totally different branding, but she mentioned you before I could, and she said that she looks up to you, and she said that she's seen how you have done this, and she's like going for a different direction in terms of where the brand is going, but she was like, if she can do it, I can do it. So it's exactly that same kind of thing that we're discussing. Getting there. Oh, and so once you're sort of over that hump of like you've made it. So now you're telling me you're in 3 states.
3 states.
Okay. And what's next for 2019? This is the beginning of the year, so I know you've got plans.
It's so exciting. We're going into Texas and Florida and Illinois.
Wait, Texas and Florida, and okay, so Texas and Florida. Those seem like huge markets.
Yes, they'll be really good. And Illinois, just because of our chains that we're in now, we can easily just flow right into other states with distribution. And I'd love to speak with your friend because that's the hardest part about a spirits brand is getting distribution.
I know that on the website there is a map and people can see where to go get the Spa Girl cocktails, but just so people who are watching, what are a few off the top of your head places?
Total Wine, Bevmo, Thon's, Pavilions, Safeways.
Okay. Those are really they're everywhere.
Yeah,
so
it's been really, really fun. It's very challenging. You think you get over one hurdle, and then you hope that the buyer in the store, the grocery store, orders it because it'll be off the shelf. It'll be sold out, and then it will sit there empty. So there's all these little challenges that you don't really know about till you're in it.
Wow.
But one of the nicest things is I have met other female owners, spirits owners. There's a couple of girls up in San Francisco. Okay. And, we all stick together. We really help each other.
Oh, what are theirs?
It's Laughing Glass.
And I never even heard of that
one. It's a tequila margarita. And so we really support each other. We all have different brands and different flavors and different spirits, but that's been really nice because in the industry, 1% are female business owners. 1% in spirits.
Wow. Oh my God.
It's pretty hard.
That is really hard. But I love what you're saying in terms of that you guys stick together. And I feel like that's a real woman thing to do.
I think so.
You find your peers and then you become a unit and there's strength in those numbers. And I have a good friend of mine. She's leading the charge of this thing called 20 by 20. It's to get 20% of board of directors in Fortune 500 companies to be female by the year 2020. And the statistic and the thing that I was really latched onto was that if you have 1 woman on the board, it's like, oh yeah, we've checked the box. If you have 2, it's like, oh, just the girls are sticking together. But if you have 3, then you can actually start to institute change.
Very good.
And the way that women do work together and collaborate is just a different style than men. So
I think it's totally different.
I mean, I'm really delighted to hear that. I bet eventually you guys will co-author some sort of an event or a book or something.
I would love to. And I also, with new other brands, I support it. It's so hard, and to get even to the next phase, it's like absolutely. And I think one of the things for me that I found held me back a little bit, and I think it's true with women, is just the fear. You're just a little fearful. You got to take that next step. And
I know that feeling.
Trying to get over the fear. Even when I'm picking up the phone to make a call that I know I need to have, it's a very important person I need to speak with. Typically a man, and I'm nervous. And I'm like, gosh, don't be afraid, just do it. And that's the hardest. That was probably one of the hardest things for me, getting over the fear.
Yeah, I feel like I struggle with the fear all the time.
I do too.
I mean, I've started 3 different businesses, and every time I'm like, I don't know if I can really do this. And so that self-doubt is alive and well. But for some reason, I just keep working harder. And someone said to me the other day, they were like, you're just competing with yourself. Like nobody else is staying up nights trying to outdo you. Like you're just, competing with yourself to work harder and harder and harder and to get it done. But it can be done.
I think, and that's the beauty of it, because behind that fear is the passion, and the passion just drives right through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still wake up in the middle of the night and walk around my house like, I can't believe it. You know, I'm doing it. Just like I did when I first came up with the idea. And,
Yeah.
you know, I was on a girls' trip with my girlfriends, and we were in Palm Springs.
Okay.
And that's why the brand was, you know, so much, you know, born there. And now I live there, which is kind of crazy because I lived here. But, you know, I remember coming back, and I was telling my husband, you know, I'm going to go in the spirits industry. I'm going to bottle the cucumber martini. And he
What did he
said,
say?
he goes, well, he's a true entrepreneur, and I'm so grateful because he's right there with me.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, you know, he's my silent partner that's not so silent sometimes.
But he's supportive.
But he is, you know, so he sees it, especially after all these years, and now that we're, you know, we have traction and things are happening.
Oh, that's good.
But, you know, he said, okay, you know, great, I'll give you, you know, it's like the husband said, I'll give you $10,000 and let's see what you can do with that. And I'm like, well, that lasted 20 minutes, you know, called the attorney, trademarks, and started the branding. So I was, you know, but then, you know, flash forward, here we are. So,
well, okay, I want to pause on the starting the branding bit, because this was, as an advertising person, this is brilliant. I want everyone to see this book. It's what I wish all clients would do when they're starting a brand or when they're having us help them build a brand. Talk about the book.
So the book, yes, it's a brand book. And I felt that it was so important, especially in the space that I'm in, that you almost need a tangible. You can go in and talk about what you're trying to do, but if you can't show, like, so this is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle brand. It's my girlfriend, you know, a lot of these pictures, it's my daughter.
Yeah, I'm saying they're people that you know, right?
And, yes, and my office, you know, so with my iPhone, I took these. So a lot of them. And, you know, it just was really important to me to, you know, visually.
Yeah. So for people who are starting their brands and starting their businesses, I mean, I would highly recommend making something like this.
And I made it an odd shape.
Yes.
You know, I made you something that's going to get the attention, you know, and I think it's probably the single best tool I did or could do early on.
Yeah. So, and I mean, you don't have to sell it. I mean, you just have to at least have a couple, right?
That's it, yeah.
But as you're going into distributors and you're selling your brand and your business and building it, it looks really polished.
And it gets their attention. It's like, okay, you're serious, you know. You and then, you know, you go through and, you know, again, it's like a vintage retro feel. You know, it's a 70s vibe, but totally current and modern with today. Yeah. So, you know, and that's, you know, you're building, you know, all the generations. You know, the 21 plus, you know, the young millennials, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. So it's fun.
And everybody likes,
and men love it equally as well.
Calorie free.
Oh yes, that's the best attributes.
All right. Well, we are going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back, and we're going to do a tasting. Stay tuned.
Bedding, lighting, furniture, decor. We do it all, even the kitchen sink. Bixby & Ball offers customers a thoughtful collection of home decor and meaningful gifts for any special occasion. Bring the coastal lifestyle home with the help of our styling and design team. Let's create a timeless piece together. Visit us at one of our charming stores, conveniently located in Newport Beach, Lido Marina Village, and Solana Beach, Cedros Design District. Or shop online at bixbyandball.com.
Okay, so we are back, and in the second section here, I want to first touch on the fact that I know we talked about the brand book, but everything related to Spa Girl Cocktails is completely on brand. And we were just looking at some of the different pieces. Do you want to talk about this one?
Yes, this is a trifold. I hand that out to buyers, you know, anytime I go in, and it's a really fun little glimpse of the brand. And I also think it's really important because it gives your attributes right off the bat. And I think the more you can do to get your brand out and get the details, and it's so
and it's similarly to the book. It's pink, the colors, the logo, and it's, you can't really tell right here, but it's this beautiful cardstock, and it's like a pearl sheer or shimmer. So it's very classy the way it's been put together. And then there's other pieces. This is so fun. You always have people talking and asking me, well, what do you do for swag? I want to leave something behind that people are actually going to use. This is so on brand. They are mini little nail polishes that are the colors, which is so cute, and they're branded.
It's fun. Yes.
And then we've got we have pens, which thank you very much.
Yeah, we
always use pens.
Always.
And then we have cups, and cups are for the tasting. So we have different flavors that we're going to taste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll let you take me through it.
Okay, so we'll start with the cucumber, which is spa water. That's where the name came from. You know, it was very genuine. It was, you know, I couldn't call it spa water cocktails. Wouldn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, spa girl, and here we are. So you can tell by the nose. If you can, it's really clean, just like like fresh cucumber.
Yeah, it does.
Water. So.
And you used to make the cucumber martinis
Always.
for years.
Uh-huh.
So this was
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So this is it. Now, this one, we won a double gold medal in New York City under flavored vodkas. And it was a blind tasting. And, you know, it was like 95% men judges.
Wow.
So it was kind of fun.
Well, cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Mm. Wow.
Just light,
That's
fresh.
fantastic.
It's beautiful. And it mixes really well. Fresh grapefruit juice makes a great Bloody Mary.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay, but you
coconut
can
water.
so you can mix it or sip it.
Mm-hmm. It's meant just to be served like this.
Mm-hmm.
But the silver lining is you mix it just like you would a flavored vodka, and it's delicious.
And so you mentioned about it won. You've got a bunch of awards on here that it won, like right away.
I felt that it was really important when we first bottled, which was the end of 2015, January 16. The best thing you can do is, or I felt, is to get some kind of notoriety. So I entered all these competitions, spirits competition, tasting, blind tastings. So we've won a gold, double gold, silver, and bronze.
Yeah, I think getting that third-party stamp of approval and getting other people to sort of validate your brand and what you believe in that are experts in the field is a good tip that a lot of women could use, or men, when they're building their businesses. And then you were also talking about self-promotion and building a personal brand alongside your business. Talk to me about the balance and importance of your personal brand.
Yes, I think that that is so important because it's coming from the authentic part of your body, you know, and it's, you know, I've lived like this brand my whole life. I didn't realize as, you know, my kids went to college and moved out and started their life, I would start a new business. And, but it's kind of, you prepare yourself for it, but not realizing it. And you have to, another hard part for me anyway, is the self-promotion, but you have to, because nobody's going to do it for you. So you've got to just keep going. And
the nice thing about your personal brand and the Spa Girl Cocktails brand is that they are in sync. They're very complementary in terms of like one does naturally promote the other.
I think it does, and that's the whole idea of building a lifestyle brand. Is to, you know, you want, you know, it's a way of life. You know, it's like being in this beautiful venue we're in right now. This is a lifestyle. And you can see all the details and why it's so important.
Yeah. So let's try the second one.
Okay, this is pear. This is my favorite one this week.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's winter.
It's like your favorite child.
Yeah. I know we all have, you know.
I love them both. I love them both equally, and whichever one's not.
Yeah.
Fighting the other one at the moment is my favorite.
There we go. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
So. Again, the nose on this one is really light.
Oh, totally different.
And I actually have 4 flavors, but I just launched with 2, these 2, because you can't saturate, you know, you're lucky to get shelf space, you know, and you're really lucky if you get 2 or 3 places in retail chains. So
that's a good tip.
And I have a great, in the spring, I have a brand new, exciting new line coming out. So.
Really? Like a new flavor line or something else?
Yeah, something else.
Is it going to be a beverage or something?
Oh, it's going to be exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
But just, you know, I'm going to do small individual cans.
Oh, that is a great idea.
You know, to take to the pool, non-breakable.
Yes.
You know, very cool. The branding again.
A lot of spas I've been to recently are starting to carry items like that.
Yeah.
So, oh wow!
So
Cheers to you. Okay.
It's really nice.
That is really nice. It tastes a little stronger.
They're exactly the same. 33 proof. They have 48 calories per serving. We're 1 Weight Watcher point per serving, as opposed to wine. You know, I think you have like 4 or so. So we really fit in really nicely. I mean, you can even cut that. The pear is really lovely with champagne.
I think that's what I was going to. Yes.
And just put fresh fruit or any basil, anything you add. You know, it takes.
Is there recipes that you are putting out there that people should keep up with?
We you know, when we do tastings and, you know, back again, branding, and the single most important thing we can do with a new brand, in a brand like this, a beverage, alcohol, is tastings. So we conduct, you know, as many tastings as we can, and that, you know, they taste it. Chances are between, you know, I don't know, out of 10 people, 7 people buy. So it's really important. And we do have recipes and cards and different things we hand out as well.
Yeah, and I was noticing on your social media, so if people want to start following you on, I know you guys are on Instagram and Facebook. And what was the handle on Instagram?
Spa Girl Cocktails.
Spa Girl Cocktails. And it was, I mean, talk about branding. It was beautifully done in terms of the pinks and the oranges and everything. It's selling a lifestyle. And I also like the fact that I could feel the relationship and the closeness to the people that are on there with you. It's not just, to quote you.
Yes.
It's not just contacts. It's relationships, and people are part of kind of the Spa Girl Cocktails family.
It is. It's a family, and every picture I post, there's either it's family, friends, or beauty, or inspirational.
I mean, look at this. You're an amazing businesswoman. You've started this fantastic business. You're building your brand and the business. You're running your own Instagram, and I think a lot of women business owners that I have met in the luxury space are doing the exact same thing. And it's almost because nobody knows the brand better than you do.
Yes. No, I live it, breathe it, sleep it every day. So it's fun.
Yeah. So,
and I do have help. I mean, I have an amazing young woman that helps me with copy and with, you know, postings and different things. And, you know, we go over each week, you know, and I go through my phone. I know she thinks I'm crazy. 2 and 3 in the morning, I'm emailing. I mean, I'm up
guilty.
I'm up all night. I go back to sleep, but I'm, you know, sometimes, you know, I'll be sending emails with photos, 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, well, you're living it and breathing it and loving it and bringing it to life. So, and then you've got the new product launching in March? April. Okay. So we'll have to stay tuned.
Yes.
To figure out what's
No,
going
it's
with that.
going to be great.
And then there's something that I've been doing with all of the shows is I've been talking about a different book that is not related to the brand or the people that we
It's
are.
a great book.
But the one that I brought with today is called In the Company of Women. And ironically, Karen and I both really love this book, and we've both gifted it. Can you see this okay? Yeah, okay, good. It's done by Grace Bonney, and the thing I love about it is all these women that are cataloged in here are still actively pursuing their careers. They're still being built. It's not like, you know, Eleanor Roosevelt, and I'm reading about someone who's already come and gone. It's this is still active. I actually started reaching out and trying to contact some of these women.
That's wonderful.
Because I felt like I could learn from them. And sometimes when I need a little inspiration, I'll just flip open the book to anyone's story and I'll get something out of it that I didn't have before. So,
It's a great book.
I hope that she does another and that we can send ideas maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I just think it's fantastic. And anything else you want to say about it? We're good.
I love the book. Yes, it's great.
So we're good at the book. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with people about challenges, opportunimes, words of wisdom, mentoring advice?
Yeah,
I
think, you know, just in closing, you know, it's been hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, and the very best thing I've ever done. And you know, it is scary, and you'll doubt yourself. But, you know, if you really, you know, believe, you'll keep going. You know, they're just little peaks and valleys throughout the process.
I like that with the peaks and the valleys.
Mhm.
You just have to sort of get through those moments of down to know that the next.
And I
peak
think
is
the
coming.
other thing, because I have had so many, challenges, that I think what's really good about it is that it's made me tougher. I'm very tough now. It's like, okay, what else can happen? Okay, that happened. All right, well, that's not so bad. What else is going to happen?
Yeah.
I learned to roll with it, and instead of, being completely panicked.
All right.
So,
Well,
That's
good.
it.
I think that's good advice for all of us. Yeah. So, thank you guys for joining us this week on the Brunch Club, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you. Bye.
thank you so
Cheers.
much. Thank you.
You really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me.
Thanks for stopping by the Brunch Club. It's been our pleasure to share this time with you. We look forward to bringing you more sparkling inspiration next weekend. If you have feedback, topics, or want to nominate someone to be a guest on the show, please reach out to us at rachel@sundaybrunchagency.com. Cheers!